Hello everyone and welcome back to Two Bros Hot Takes, where we watch a movie and then tell you if you should watch a movie. I am your movie watching host, Older Bro.
I'm your other movie watching host, Younger Bro.
And today we come back with a new movie that just came into theaters this week.
And it's an anime.
It's an anime movie. Now, as you know, guys, I am contractually requiring us to watch every single anime movie that comes into theaters in order to encourage more anime movies to come into theaters.
But this one, both of us were like, we
must watch it.
We must watch it.
Yeah. So, we are here with the Spy Anya. Sorry, the Spy Family. Not Spy Anya, that's the video game.
That's the game coming
Yes.
out that still you can't pre-order, even though there's pre-order bonuses. We will play that.
Yes. We're here with the Spy Family Code White movie, and here are our opinions on it. Firstly, starting out with the fact that our theater sucked. I mean, it wasn't terrible, actually. It was probably the worst time we've had in that theater, though.
Yeah, there was a big group of people in that theater, and they talked through pretty much all the trailers.
Yeah, they talked through the trailers, and they started talking a bit through the movie. It was less notable when the movie was going on, but it was still, they sucked.
Yeah.
So, it was also in one of the small rooms, because it's an anime movie, and of course they're not going to put that in the big theater. There also weren't that many people in there. We watched the movie dubbed. We cannot speak to the subbed. I assume it's just as good, or as bad, as we say it is for this one.
For those who don't know, this is not like Jujutsu Kaisen 0. It is not a prequel. It is, as far as we're aware, a continuation.
I believe, based on the whisperings of the people behind us, it sounds like this takes place between Season 1 and Season 2. Because what I believe they were saying was, the place that the movie says they're gonna go at the end of this movie is the plot of Season 2. That's literally where they are going in the second season.
Oh.
So I believe that new place that they're going to is Season 2.
Okay.
So, as far as I'm aware, this is an in-between movie. It canonly happened. So,
now, also note, me and Older Bro have not seen this anime.
we have not seen the anime at all.
I knew about it because I recognize the character. I've seen clips of her. She is a great character, Anya. Great.
Yep, I've seen somebody talking about the show. I haven't seen too much details about the show, just them saying that it was a really good show and you should watch it. I would probably agree that it's a good show and you should watch it.
Too, yeah.
Yeah.
But our opinions of the movie, it is probably one of the best anime movies I've seen.
Yeah, I mean, here's the thing. Younger Bro wasn't as big of a fan of the Studio Ghibli movie. I thoroughly enjoyed that. I don't think that you hated Suzume, but it was definitely
I didn't hate Suzume, I just felt
kind of average to it.
Average.
Yeah. I would say that this is, I don't know that I would necessarily agree this is the best, because the Jujutsu Kaisen movie was really good. But I do think that this was definitely top 5 anime movies that we've seen in theaters. Absolutely.
I've actually not seen a lot of anime movies, outside of Suzume and...
Yeah. Now, just to be clear,
I'm not counting Dragon Ball.
Well, no, not counting Dragon Ball. I'm also not counting the Haruhi Suzumiya movie that we watched here. Now, I did see the Konosuba movie in theaters, because I actually went and got a ticket to it, and Younger Bro was supposed to come with me, but he had to work, so he couldn't watch it live.
Yeah, so, I watched it for the channel when me and you rewatched it.
Now, I don't know if I'd necessarily say it was better than that movie, but I'm not sure. That this was a very, very good movie.
I generally like and enjoy more slice of life style anime, and this one does have that, a lot of that, and I enjoyed every single second.
Now, I will say, though, take this as just our general opinion on this movie. We both had watched all of Konosuba before I and Younger Bro was supposed to go watch that movie. And I thoroughly enjoyed the Konosuba movie. So if we're saying that we're comparing it to the Konosuba movie in terms of how good it is, and we have not watched the show yet, we have no context of the show, then that's probably about as glowing of a damn recommendation as we can possibly give. So, we have no context of the show, but we're still saying, no, this is Konosuba levels of a good movie. Go watch the movie. Stop we give you permission. End the video right now. Get in your car. Go to the theater and watch this movie. It probably won't be in the theaters anymore. Doesn't matter. Find a way to watch this movie as legally as possible right now.
Crunchyroll right now. I think it's streaming on that.
Yeah. Watch it as legally as possible, as immediately as possible.
Right now.
Right now. I don't know. Is that good enough of a non-spoiler review? Go to the theater now and watch it now.
It's probably something when I'd say I would probably go see this movie again before I go see Godzilla again.
Yeah, that's fair. That's fair. I'd almost agree. Yeah. I almost never. I'm not the person. I'm not the person who goes and watches movies a second time in theaters, unless it was some situation where I watched it alone and a group of friends or something wanted to go, and then I might go watch it again. But it is extremely, extremely rare for me to ever want to go back to a theater willingly and watch the movie again.
This is one of those.
Moments where I'd almost do that. It's that good of a movie.
Yeah, older bro paid for it. Now maybe it's time I pay for it because I want to contribute to that movie.
It is that good.
Yeah.
So, now one thing I do want to put in the non-spoiler section, because this is a comment on the show itself, not the movie. One thing that I definitely thought of while watching this movie was, so this is absolutely what Kaguya-sama Love is War is going to look like in 20 years, right? Like, when they actually get married and have a kid, this is them, right? Because, they're pretty damn close to those
characters, yeah.
Like, baby Chika, the wife is Kaguya, and the guy is, whatever his name is, I can't remember it right now. It's like, yup. So I absolutely walked into this saying, this is just Kaguya-sama Love is War, but it's an actual war. Like,
I think Spy X Family is actually older.
Yeah, they came out at relatively similar times, but I think it might have predated it. But yeah, it's like
I've known about Spy X Family for longer than.
Yeah, I don't know if I've known about it for longer, but I'm not sure.
I have a lot of friends who watch anime, and they gave me a list of animes to check out, and Spy X Family was one of them.
Absolutely. It absolutely, and again, I would continue to recommend that. I would recommend that probably more highly than his friends. Based on this movie, go watch the original anime too.
Yeah, I almost want to. Like, with the game coming out and now the movie, I wasn't expecting the movie. I had no idea about the movie, guys, until it was announced and it's going to be put out. I'm like, okay, when is it going to be put out? Before the game releases? Yep. I see why the game's being put out. Okay. So.
Yeah.
Yeah, Spy X Family. This movie did not disappoint.
The Spy Family came out later. Spy Family came out in 2022, newer? The anime. And Kaguya-sama came out, the anime, in 2019. Wow. I think it's very possible that Kaguya-sama had finished running before Spy Family started running. Like, that's how they start and end in the same year. So it is possible there was no overlap, but if there was, it was tail end overlap. Yeah, now, manga...
I've known about Spy X Family since my senior year.
Yeah. Well, there was a manga. The manga for Kaguya-sama came out in 2015. The manga for Spy Family came out in 2019.
That's probably when I first started hearing about it,
Yeah, so it is possible that they were recommending the manga. So, by the way, guys, there absolutely is a post-credits scene. And there's also mid-credits, stuff that you should watch because it's Anya being cute.
Yes.
So, definitely stay for the end of this movie It's absolutely...
It's worth it.
It's worth it. It does tie up the one loose end that you forget about.
Yes.
So, yeah, absolutely worth it. But yeah. Okay, anything else we want to talk about in the non-spoiler section before we go over this movie?
Nope.
Okay, go watch the movie. That is your not spoilers. Go watch the movie. You can come back at the end of this video. So go watch the movie, then come back, and then watch our review at the end of this movie of, like, the critical consensus.
Yeah.
I cannot imagine in any way the critical consensus will not be 100% go watch this movie, because anything else is a lie. But we'll see. Okay. Spoilers.
Okay, so 2 things I knew about going to this movie. First thing, this anime is random. It is a pretty much day-to-day, whatever happens that day, it happens
now,
on a dime, and it can be as crazy as JoJo.
Yeah, now I was gonna say, I don't know that I'd call it completely random. It's not Nichijou random.
No.
But it is like...
I'm saying, like, the plot will just go off the walls
yeah,
at any point.
the plot will just go to very strange places, and you're like, what the fuck?
Now, the things I didn't know, we'll get into that. Anyway, the second thing I knew, and it's it's definitely shown in this anime, pretty much all the chicks dig the main guy.
I don't necessarily think I'd agree with that. There are 2 girls that like the main guy. His handler does not necessarily like him.
Not the handler, but pretty much everyone else.
Yeah, like...
Even the best friend of Anya, who is in this anime, and we see her, she got a few lines in, but she's much better in the anime, trust me. I've seen clips of her. Yeah. She is a great character. She digs him, too.
Yeah. I mean, he's hot.
Oh, God, he's so hot.
Yeah, this movie doesn't have a lot with her friend group. They're mostly just saying, here's all the things that you should look out for if your boyfriend is cheating on you, or your husband is cheating on you, whatever. So, and that's basically all their contribution to the movie.
That was random. That was just a plot they put in. Yeah, I've never seen any clips of those girls that's friends of the wife.
Yeah,
ever.
Never. But
anyway, what I didn't know was Anya had a superpower which she can read minds. Had no idea about that.
Yes, that one I knew.
Didn't know the dog could freaking see the fucking future.
That one I didn't remember.
And I also didn't know that the couple, the main guy, Twilight, and his wife that I'm struggling to remember the name of, the Blade Princess or whatever.
Yeah. Kaguya.
I had no idea they didn't know that each other were spies.
Well, it's also random in this
assassin
movie.
And a spy.
Yeah, in this movie, it's also even more... It makes it feel completely more unlikely that they don't know. Because it makes perfect sense that it's a sham marriage, and they've told each other it's a sham marriage. They're aware of that. That's all above board. Everybody's aware. This is a fake marriage that's totally not really going to become a real marriage when the 2 of you absolutely do make out. It's very obvious that it's going to be a real marriage. But, regardless of that, I can understand maybe how he hides it in the show. Not sure what goes on in there, but I could believe it. But in this one, they literally do an op together, basically. How can they not figure out? Like, they literally have to infiltrate a plane together. Well, I mean, okay, to be fair, he tells her to stay behind. But she knows he's going to infiltrate the plane! How does she not know that he's some kind of spy?
I flew this in college. I'm like...
No, I can believe that part, but why did she believe that there was nothing weird about how they got there? Oh, our daughter's been kidnapped by the government. We must go and break into this guarded military plane to save her. And she's just like, yep, completely normal for this doctor to be doing. Like... It's like, how did you not pick up that he's a secret agent?
How are these 2 so smart, yet so fucking oblivious?
Because they're too focused on making their real fake love continue to be fake when it should be real.
I guess, because, yeah, even...
I also just, and this will probably come up when we eventually watch the show, I don't get why he needs to not tell her. I mean, okay, I know he doesn't know that she's an assassin. And she doesn't know that he's a spy. But it's not a situation where if they did know, that'd be a problem. Like, she's not an assassin for a different country. She's an assassin for their country. As is he. So if they did find out, it'd just be like, oh, cool. Now we don't have to lie to each other. And nothing would change.
I don't know.
It's like, what?
I understand secrecy and stuff.
Yeah, because again, like, he doesn't know that she's an assassin. I wonder if his handler knows. Does anybody know she's an assassin?
Don't know.
Because, like, I feel like if she works for the same government, someone should know.
Don't know. No clue.
No clue.
So, yeah,
Anyways, let's get back to talking about the actual, like, the characters of this. Like, they're all great.
Every single character in this movie is fantastic.
Yep.
Even the villain.
Yep.
The villain, he pulled some shit I was not expecting.
Yeah, this villain, I know I've heard this guy in plenty of shows. I just can't think of who he is. But
he almost reminds me of the, he was the ancestor of the professor.
Oh, yeah, the main guy.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, I don't know his name.
Anyway, he kind of reminded me of him.
Yeah.
Like, big, tough.
Yeah.
Probably he's smart.
He's a great character.
I don't know if he's a throwaway villain per se. I mean, they literally threw him away.
Well, yeah, but I don't know if he's a throwaway villain in the show. I don't know if he appears at all, but it wouldn't surprise me if he did. If he was one of the main antagonists or something, I could see it.
Yeah,
he was very threatening.
Very good. He knew his stuff. He's like, I told you to be specific. I was like, ooh.
Okay, I have to admit, I didn't think that the specifics were going to be the amount. I thought the specifics were going to be the exact brand name of brown sugar, the exact brand name of table sugar.
I wasn't expecting
the gram count.
Yeah, seriously.
Holy
I was like,
shit.
I was like, shit, dude. Damn.
Yeah.
And he complimented him too. He's like, I'm actually surprised you got this.
Yeah, he's like, I expected you to actually be worse than this. Congratulations. You still failed.
I wish he would have at least, like, cut the cake in half, but he's a bad guy, so.
No, yeah. He gives no
there
shits.
was enough of that to...
Yeah, no.
Like, share with Anya, but nah. Gotta look out for number one.
Yeah.
And that number one is me.
Yeah. I must maintain the military. And by that I mean I must maintain myself, because I am the military.
Yeah, so he felt threatening. Anya was Anya, and she was adorable. Excellent. She's the best thing in that anime. Like, I like how she can read his mind, so in a sense she can also see the future.
Yeah, she can read the dog's mind, so she can see the future events. And she can also see... The one thing I know about the show is that she is the main catalyst for keeping them together.
And she does it really well.
Yeah, because she can read their minds and knows, oh no, there's things going on. This might break up the couple. I must help. And it's like...
I like how she's a shipper.
Yeah. Just
so good.
We need to get in the Ferris wheel. Wait, aren't you getting in? Push,
you need
close.
To get flirty. I love her acronyms. It's
I just like
it's
the actor.
So good.
I guarantee that was not written in, where the actor was just like, I'm sorry, what? That was absolutely ad-libbed by the actor, just going, sorry, what? And they were just like, go with that. We'll take that.
Go flirty. I was like,
what?
That. The Anya scenes are peak in this movie, and the best scene in that movie was when she had to go poo. I love how grand it was.
Yeah, here's the thing. I am one for saying I absolutely don't like toilet humor in most shows, because a lot of shows, when they make a toilet joke, it's a throwaway gag for 5 seconds that's meant to get cheap laughs. No.
No.
This show says, oh no, we're gonna turn it into a 3-minute bit, and you will be dying. The best moments in the theater were everyone dying at the 3-minute long poop joke. That was so excellent that I cannot believe I want those characters to somehow return.
Like, it kind of reminded me almost of Rayleigh in a way.
And isn't that the most grand statement? Because so I watched Mother's Basement's video talking about Akira Toriyama, and he was talking about how Akira Toriyama was not the person who standardized the shape of poop, but he was the person who standardized the shit emoji itself, like the face on the poop. That was him. And it's so I think what more grand of a poop scene could you possibly have that it evokes Akira Toriyama's name? That he himself would be proud of this scene. That is how grand that damn scene is.
Yes.
Like,
the best scene in the entire movie.
It is so damn excellent. They blew the animation budget on that one scene.
I know. Like, I love Anya's little scenes. I think, I'm betting they have them throughout the anime as well. And I cannot wait to see just how grand they make, I don't know, coloring a book.
Yep. Yep. Can't wait for it. So good.
God. So great. And the thing I wasn't expecting was freaking them fighting an android.
Yeah, literally a Terminator shows up. And it's just like, I'm sorry, what?
It shows up in the Civil War age because that's kind of where this takes place. Like
No, not Civil War.
Not Civil War. Cold War. Cold War.
This is supposed to be in the Cold War between the East and the West.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Now,
I don't know the history of this world, so I don't believe it's modern world. I believe it is complete fantasy world. But it is definitely still supposed to be Cold War. Like, I don't think it's actually Germany. It's just, because I think one of the cities, it's not Westphalia, but there's a country that definitely is not real, and several other countries are definitely not real.
It does have fantasy elements.
But I believe it is supposed to be fantasy Europe. But it's not, there's no real basis. There's no real countries appear in this. It's all fantasy countries. We get, like, where the age is around that. And I like how the spy was very surprised to see a guided missile. Yeah, because they basically said that was brand new tech that had just been created. If not by that country, anywhere. It is brand new. And there's like, fuck it, fire it at him.
And it surprised him, but
I was very sad that he did not do the very classic just guide it back into the ship routine.
I thought he was going to.
Nope.
But I don't even know what the second...
Yeah, it just kind of blew up behind him for no reason. I'm not sure what it hit.
What was...
The
mountain?
Maybe. One of them definitely hit the mountain.
Yes,
but I don't know what the other one hit.
The other one just kind of... exploded in the background just to give us a cool scene. And I think that's all that was. But that made no sense unless they could detonate it remotely, which they didn't really say.
Yeah, I don't think so.
If they could detonate it,
doesn't exist yet.
Yeah, if they could detonate it remotely, that plane would have been gone.
Yeah.
But I don't know. But yeah, the wife fighting the Terminator.
Yep.
The thing that is not said in this movie that I did also know was the wife. She is incredibly, and I mean incredibly, strong.
Yeah.
Like, I'm saying she could pick up Thor's hammer strong.
Well, maybe that's not the best example, because that's a spell that definitely requires you to be worthy, but yeah, like, something of like...
Like, she could wield maybe Stormbreaker.
Yeah, very, very strong character. Absolutely.
Yeah, and in the anime, that's the main guy's reason for staying with her. He's like, oh, I love your strength. Like, that was a bit in the anime. So...
Yeah. But yeah, absolutely loved all the characters in this.
Fighting a fucking Terminator.
Yeah, absolutely excellent.
That was amazing, and I like how she used the lipstick to kill.
Didn't you? Yeah, yeah. Didn't you know what it's made of? But yeah. I also really loved the other spy in this, who's just like, but why aren't you in a fake relationship with me?
Oh, yes, that was the other best thing in the movie. I don't know if that's a thing throughout the show, though.
I'm gonna bet it is. I'm gonna bet that she is a recurring character and that she really is disappointed that she isn't in a relationship with this guy.
I thought for sure. I know, like, I'm pretty sure now that I know that a lot of the stuff she's saying was in her head.
Oh yeah,
I know that.
The stuff she said to the mic though,
but it was
absolutely out loud.
So I thought it was very cute. I'm like, oh my god, you're precious.
Oh honey, I promise you're not going to win this fight.
I'm waiting for her and the main girl to fight. I'm like, I don't think they'd kill each other, but
no, of course they wouldn't, because not Kaguya would absolutely immediately win. Just it's not even a fight. So... You have literally, again, I keep referencing this to Kaguya, which is unfair to Spy Family that I do not know.
His name's Twilight.
Well, I know Twilight, but I don't know his actual name off the top of my head, and I don't know her actual name.
Yeah, because we just learned them, unless it's Anya. But Anya, we know.
Yeah, Anya, we know. Because Spy Anya.
Spy Anya, and also, it's Anya. I knew her name before the game even came out.
But I will say, if I didn't stress it enough earlier, I do believe that this show is pretty much what would happen if Kaguya-sama Love is War was set in Lycoris Recoil. That's the level of...
I was getting Lycoris Recoil vibes.
Yeah, the action in this is great.
Excellent.
Very great action.
You will not turn away and be bored.
No.
Nope. This entire movie is very interesting.
Yeah, absolutely. Didn't see anything that was out of character. All the moments made perfect sense to me as to why the characters were doing what they were doing.
I liked all the monologues, like how I learned this and how I learned that. It kind of... Yeah. Well, it reminded me of JoJo.
Yeah.
Well, but JoJo explains it off the rails.
But I was going to say, the other thing with the monologue is they're all supposed to be internal thoughts, which they do because she
Anya can hear them.
Yeah, yes. So it's simultaneously dialogue and internal monologue. And it's such an interesting concept.
There is nothing in this movie that is bad. No.
Yeah,
There's not a damn problem.
I cannot think of anything.
Fucking movie if you haven't yet.
Yeah. The only problems that I could even possibly have with this movie, I think, are just stuff I missed, like why the second missile blew up, and I'm sure it hit something.
That's the only problem.
I just literally don't know what it was, but I believe it has an explanation. But yeah, no, I'm sorry. I can't. A movie that has a 3+ minute poop scene that is so animated that it probably costs twice as much as the fight scenes. I can't possibly sit back and say there's something wrong with this movie. No. This movie is damn perfect.
It's one of the most perfect movies we've ever seen.
Absolutely beautiful. Okay, so despite the fact that we have basically just said that this is a 100% rated show, we are still going to look at the critical consensus. I assume there's nothing else you want to talk about?
Nope.
So we're going to go look at the critical consensus. Okay, so we have a very rare situation where there is no divide in critical and audience consensus, and the audience and critical consensus is pretty much 100%.
Pretty much what we just
99% audience, and I believe I did hear earlier, because this is one of the few that I'd heard about, like, while I was looking up information, not for this, and, like, before we even went to the movie, I was, like, looking up stuff to put it on here. I think I saw somebody saying that it was 100%. So, like, 99% audience, 96% critics. Like, 100% loved by everyone. I don't see any I don't see any critical statements in this, so yeah. But yeah, I absolutely agree with the audience and the critics in
We
this.
agree with
this
everyone.
there is no question.
No divide.
This is an
We love
absolutely
this.
excellent show. Created, by the way, by Wit Studios. So if you don't want to see Attack on Titan because that's too gory, don't worry. We've got a better show for you right here.
Beautiful. We
Absolutely
love you all.
perfect.
Yes. We agree with everyone. Yes.
Perfect. There's no confusion, no disagreement, no contest. Perfect show. Go watch the damn movie. So, that's going to be it for this hot take. We will come back next time with a probably not as good movie. I'm not saying that it won't be a good movie. It may even be an excellent movie. It probably won't be this good of a movie.
I think
we'll
know
see.
what the next one is.
Yeah, we'll see. So, until then, we will see you all on the next hot take.
Go watch the movie.